Good afternoon, everybody. It is Dave with Alaskan Homesteading. Today I have a very small project, really more of a task than anything else. I have to move that snowblower that I've been working on. This will be the first time that I hook it up to the 3-point hitch on my tractor, so you'll get to watch me fumble around with that a little bit. I've never really messed around with that, and I just don't know how it's going to go. I need to get it hooked up so that I can take measurements for a PTO shaft, and hopefully I can go over that process with you as well so that you can see how you set up a new implement with the tractor, take all the measurements you need to get the right length PTO shaft. At any rate, let's get started. So here's the snowblower. As I showed you, I've been working on that, trying to get ready to replace the ram with a linear actuator. The 3-point hitch back here is basically ready to go, I think. I've got my the old beat up drive shaft inside there, which, I don't even know if that's gonna work or not. I don't know if the U-joint in here is any good, so doesn't really matter because I don't have a way to hook that up at the moment. I don't have a PTO shaft for the tractor. I should be able to get the top link and the arms hooked up and hopefully get this thing picked up so I can move it around. But first I've got to rotate it because I'm standing back in the bushes here, and I need to be able to back the tractor up to it. Tractor's over there. So I'm going to have to get a chain on this and rotate it around and get it positioned. So what I want to do here is just find a good heavy spot on here to wrap this piece of chain around. And hook this to the bucket. Do this thing a little pull to get it turned around backwards. See how this goes. Alright, well, I need to lower the angle that I'm pulling on so that I'm pulling it more upward instead of downward. This mic hooked up, which should get my voice pretty well since it's right here on the shirt. I think one difficulty I'm going to have is getting this thing to sit level. Back up and lower this and see if these are going to be wide enough to slip over those two pins. Change the length on these guys. What am I missing? Here's the thing right up. I'll tell you what, folks, I might not be able to do this the way this thing is set up, because I think these pins are actually wider. They're wider set than the most width that I can apparently get out of these arms. Now I've got to figure out if I've got a wrench big enough to loosen that up and switch those pins around. So, like I said, I think I need to reverse these pins, and I'm hoping that these bolts aren't too terribly seized up. I'll give them a little shot of the blaster here, and hopefully that'll help a little bit. I don't know if these have ever been off of this machine, so who knows? They could be pretty well fixed in place, but we'll give them a shot. We'll see what we can do. Okay. Well, that doesn't bode well. Lifting the whole machine with it. Did bring a mallet. It's always useful. Didn't bring a cheater bar though. What's the size on this thing? I don't think I have an impact big enough for this. What are you looking at there? Both nuts are rotating a little bit. Let's give this a little whack and see what happens. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Well, sometimes a little heat will do the job. Try to heat the nut and see if that loosens things up a little bit. A lot of times what I fail to do when I'm trying to use heat is I fail to use enough heat, and I end up just wasting time heating it a little bit, trying it, heating it a little bit, trying it, finally get fed up, and then really heat it, and wouldn't you know it, it comes off. Oop. Let's see if that was anything close to approaching enough heat. See, I can rotate the whole pin, but I'm not getting any movement on that nut. Boy, that is tight. And the tricky thing is, with the way this is positioned here, I don't have a lot of degrees of freedom to work with when it comes to rotating this, because I'm going to get caught up on that edge. Oh, there we go. Did we get it to slip? Was that all I needed? A pipe wrench? Alright, we are getting somewhere. Slowly, we are getting somewhere. Oh, there we go. Ever so slowly it frees up. Hoping the other one is a little easier. I wanted to start on the one that looked worse first. It's a little trick I picked up watching Rain Man Ray's repairs. Do the hard part first. Oh yeah, somebody stacked a bunch of washers on here because the threads on this are all rusted to hell and torn up. Yeah. Chase these threads with the nut. Try and get them cleaned out a little bit, because boy, that is in bad shape. Yeah, here, take a closer look at this. You can see where the threads used to go all the way down. Boy, I don't know how much I trust that rusty pin, all that rust there, where the threads used to be. I think for this evening's experiment, we'll be okay. I know, famous last words, right? Okay. Well, that's good and tight. I think it'll be good enough. I don't know. That's a good sign. Loosened right off. Alrighty, that's good and tight also. Got these two retainer clips. What I need to do is try to angle this forward just a bit, just far enough that I can get this piece rotated. Yep, there we go. That's one side. Same deal. Got that in. Just a few turns away. All right. Not bad. I do believe we lifted it off the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we did. Oh, that does make the front end pretty light. I can feel it. Yeah, we got that thing cleared off the ground a little bit. It's not terrible. Yeah, see, we're free of the ground, but I sure think I would want a little ballast in the front to keep the tractor a little more planted. Well, let's pull out onto the driveway and just carefully see. This is definitely a seatbelt situation. I just watched some tractor safety videos. Even though I got this last summer, I just do not have much experience with tractors, and I was nervous at times because things can go wrong in a hurry. That's impressive. It's a big machine. And no, I don't have the PTO hooked up. The shaft isn't connected to anything. So there's no risk of this thing turning on. That banging you hear is just that drive shaft in there flopping around as it rotates. because there is no PTO hooked up. Let's see here. It's a little hard to read with the glare and reflection, but we've got a Y angle of about 1.5 degrees on the tractor deck. And on the snow machine, we've got a Y, it's pretty close, about 1.3, 1.4. I'd say boy, I don't know if I could get it any more relatively level if I tried. That's about as close as it gets. I'm surprised for the first try. Interesting. Also, driving backwards with this is pretty tedious. Get a crick in your neck pretty fast driving backwards. Yeah, I think I might just get this functional and see if I can sell it. That's my newest thought with this. I don't know. Let you guys know what you think in the comments. This thing seems like it might be a little too cumbersome for this driveway and a little too big for this tractor. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a fraidy cat with this new thing. All right. Well, I'm going to try and get this thing set on a pallet and strapped down so that at least I can move it around maybe with the forks instead of having to fool with the 3-point hitch. Yeah, I know. It's a little dangerous being underneath an implement. Okay, those feet are sitting on the pallet, so that's good. I guess it should be pretty much the reverse of the installation, but maybe I need to drive the tractor forward a little bit. Okay, well that's free. Just pin that out of the way. Sometimes you just need a pry bar. Let's see. This off. There we go. That's where I really needed the pry bar, because with this stuck, that whole arm can't really move left and right. Go. I think that's probably the real problem. Yep, that's it. And so that's just the pressure letting out of the hydraulics there. So now I want to get this thing tied down to this pallet in such a way that I should be able to move this around with the pallet forks without any drama. The reality is I wanted to take measurements for the PTO shaft, but I'm going to have to fool around with that another time. I'm about out of time for tonight, but I feel pretty good. That's hooked to the pallet well enough that I should be able to get this thing moved around at will. On for a heavy load like this up front on the forks. Always a good idea to have a seatbelt on. And keep a low center of gravity. Now if I put this down over here, it's very clear of where I need equipment to be moving around for this particular project. We are good. All right, folks. Well, that's really all the time I've got for tonight. I am pretty tired now. I've had a long day. We did a bunch of other projects earlier, and this was just a sort of last-minute cleanup thing that I wanted to get done tonight. It's Sunday. I've got a lot of work to do this week before taking some vacation, and I just really wanted to have this stuff put away and ready to sit where it needs to be for a while. So, So I got done what I wanted to get done. I got my Snow Machine's snowblower put away. I've got the forks where I need them for my next task, which is going to be refilling that diesel tank. And I am ready to pack it in for the night. I hope that you're all enjoying this content. I'm enjoying making it. I think these projects are kind of fun and interesting. This is a new world for me, having kind of a homestead, farmstead with heavy equipment and things like that. This is a whole new world for me with having like a farmstead, homestead situation with heavy equipment and all these kinds of chores. And it's interesting learning all this new stuff. Hopefully I can get some interesting comments from folks about all the things that I'm doing wrong, because there's people out here that know a whole lot more than I do, and I'm willing to hear information from folks who know better. So if you are enjoying this content, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. If you want to see more of it, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.